I can't believe this. This is a nightmare. But before I get into that, here's everything that's happened since the last video. So I'm just on the way up to Market Harborough to see Paul Preston of Paul Preston Minis about this 1KR engine swap kit that he does. So I'm excited to see it. I spoke to the guy that was about to do my engine and he said actually he thought this might be a better way of going about it. I can probably save about 40 or 50 kilos whilst maintaining the same power, brake horsepower, so a bit of a no-brainer to be honest. Also, this guy Paul, I need to chat to him to see about what kind of level of service I'd get for him, or whether or not he'll fit the engine, or what we're gonna do. But certainly he said that actually once it's, you know, the car's fully built and I'm on track, I could plug it into my laptop and then he can remotely tune it and stuff while I'm actually on track, which is pretty appealing for when I'm still learning how all of that stuff works. So that's pretty good. And he also said that when I first get, if I do go for it, when I first get it, he'll limit it to about 130 horsepower while I just kind of break the engine in and everything. I think it still goes to the other engine guys, Sprint engines. I think they do ported heads and new pistons and stuff. So yeah, I'm just stuck in shocking traffic now on the way up there. So look at this. Let's take a video of this one as well. All right, that was pretty awesome. So cool to see all the different minis that he's doing. It's insane amount, absolutely loads. All sort of different kinds as well, like some race cars, some that he's just restoring into classic minis. Seriously knowledgeable guy, and the kits with these RK1 engines are pretty good. I'm gonna go for it. So basically, in order to get the 200 brake horsepower out of it, I am gonna have to get it sent to Steve at Sprint Engines, and yeah, new pistons, ported heads and all that business, and then he'll send it back to Paul and he'll fit it to the car. What I'm gonna do now is I'm basically gonna get the body completely done, except the roll cage and the front bulkhead, because those bits are more difficult and complex, and obviously very important that the roll cage is kind of fitted properly, and also the suspension on the front is you know, properly strong. So I'll get that all the way up until the point that those bits need doing, and then I'm going to send it to Paul and he will do the last bits on the body. He'll then paint it, he'll fit the subframes, and then he'll fit the engine to the front subframe. At that point I can take over, so I'll take it back from there and do windows and door card, the indicators, lights, seats, all that jazz. So I think this is a pretty good way of doing it, and it works well for my own kind of capabilities, or limits in capability, because when I get it back he will be able to guide me if I need help, and he'll have, you know, various pictures and almost probably like instructions of how to connect everything up. So it's looking pretty good. So next week gonna start with the rest of the body stuff and then get that done as soon as possible and get it sent off to Paul.
Right, the car's just been delivered back from the shop blaster, so I'm just going to load it in now with the guy that owns the unit. He's got a forklift, so don't have to carry it. Right, so Mini is back in the unit. Here we go. It's actually looking in pretty good nick, to be honest. I'm pleasantly surprised. Also got a new neighbour. He has like a whole studio in there now, so that's going to be pretty sweet. Music while I'm working, pretty sweet. Really decent guy. Got a barbecue out there now as well, so it's looking pretty good. I'm going to do a full kind of inspection tomorrow when it's light, but yeah, finally can start again, so that's very good news. Alright, back at the unit on this most glorious of days. I have got to fix the rollover jig because it broke at the sandblasters, so I've got to fix that again, get the car on it, and then also I am going to
get some lights installed up here and up there, just because it's a little bit dark and dingy in here. But the unit's moved as well. The guy did tell me, but keeps sort of shifting backwards. But yeah, we are ready to get started and actually inspect this post sandblast car, but more of that in a second. And also, this is my motorbike, which hasn't featured on the channel yet, which is nice to be back using now that it's summer. It's a serious booster and it is seriously loud. This is my neighbour Ken, who's just cooked up a serious storm. Look at this. Unreal. That's neighbourly. Very decent. I've just stuffed my face, so pretty good. He's even got ginger beer and the tunes. Yeah. It's welding. It's like melting. It's like getting 2 bits of metal to stick together by melting them together. Right?
Oh, okay. Well, this is a sick whip.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, isn't this the motorbike from Indiana Jones?
Go for it, you can sit on it if you want. Alright, it's back on the jig. As you can see here. Finally. I mean, most of the work up to this point has literally just been getting it on this thing. But as of tomorrow, I will be able to wheel it out into the sunshine, which is nice, and then start on welding little bits. I will be receiving the carbon fibre boot floor this weekend, so then I can cut the boot out and yeah, just get all these little bits done, ready to take it up to Paul, whenever that is. I'm going to do a full inspection of the car tomorrow when we're in the light. Got a bit distracted today having the barbecue, so now that the rust is all, like, it's been sandblasted actually and the primer put on, you can see that at some point this car was a complete rust bucket and there's been loads of welding done, so I just need to check all of that out just to make sure that it's kind of sound. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Love this unit. Barbecue set was just next level. Ken is an absolute legend. Unreal. Okay, we're here, it's sunny, and I'm ready to start. Basically, here's the list of what I've got to do. Got to take this weird cross member out, because I don't know why that's there. Got to weld this up where I took the rear passenger seat out. Got to weld this up, because the gear lever is actually going to sit on a tower here. We've got holes here, here, here. This whole unit's got to be replaced. I've got the part that I'm going to put on there. This whole front section is being done by Paul Preston. All 4 corners are basically cooked. Some straightening out to do down here, maybe a little bit of work to do here. This section here, a little bit on the arch here, this here. Boot floor to replace. Got the rear parcel shelf to replace. This rear valence is absolutely, I don't know what's going on there. So probably various other little bits, maybe like little holes in here. A few little holes here. I mean, there's, oh God, there's not more there. Quite a lot. Got to take these sound panels out. Got to take that remnants of the carpet from the roof out. And then just generally check out all these welding points. I mean, it's been welded in so many places. I mean, literally all over the place. Basically the whole thing. So I need to check how structurally sound all these bits are. But I can finally crack on. A little bit tight for space out here today because I've got this stone cutting machine that's in here, but it's being sold, so still in the sunshine, which is good. Well, I mean, on closer inspection, there is literally little holes everywhere. So kind of really depends on what level I want to go to in terms of like how good the body looks, because a lot of them are like fine structurally,
like you know, and they're not rusty anymore. But it's just about how good I want it to look, and I'm such a perfectionist. I know the answer is as good as possible, but any kind of bits like this, you know, it's going to be covered by the door, but it's just always going to annoy me. And then like look, just up here, little holes, like here, here. I mean, some of them I can do with filler, but I just know, I know what I'm like, and I just know it's gonna piss me off. So I'm just gonna start cracking on with it, and then like, I guess we just see how long it will take me. You just, yeah. Or you just wait until you get so bored that you just can't take it anymore, and then you just decide not to do anymore. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna crack on now. Also, I fashioned myself this workbench, which is quite good for when I take it outside, which is going to be hopefully most of the time. My first piece of carbon fiber has arrived, so I'm going to unbox that now. Look at this, proper workbench vibe. This fantastic. That is sick. It's so light. That's crazy. So light. Look at the exposed weave on that. That is so sick. Carbon fiber boot for unreal. Right, I'm gonna start by cutting out this weird cross member here. Great success. So many great little tools that you don't know about until you start doing a car. Like this little, can't remember what this is called, like a finger. It's not called a finger sander, but it looks like it could be. Yeah, it's just quite good because you can get into all these little like grooves like this under here, like where there's little welding spools. You can get right in there with it. So slow progress on this. Maybe I'll take these sound panels out. And this one here, to use a heat gun. I've taken the cross member off. I've tidied it up, like sanded it down. I've now cleaned it up with a wire brush. As you can see, like it's all clean all around where I'm gonna weld. And on the underneath as well. And now I'm gonna weld it. I've got these copper backing plates because when I was doing it before, well, when I did one weld before, I was just getting crazy burn through. So I've got a smaller diameter wire on the welder, which is down there, and I've got these copper backing plates, which means hopefully I should have some successful welding. But let's see. Well, that's gone shockingly, so I need to have a little rethink here. Every time I weld, I just get this burn through, which looks like this. Basically just like the metal of the car just like burns. I think this basically is too powerful, this welder or something. I mean, even with the copper backing plate, it's just getting this burn through, so I don't know. Okay, the latest update is a feeling of complete, total and utter despondency. The welding is so difficult. I guess that's why welding is an expertise, because it's very hard. Yeah, I need to probably either get a gas welder or make a decision as to whether or not, how much of the welding I actually do myself, to be honest. There's not like a great deal of it. You know, it'd probably take me like 5 days, 10 days probably, but it'd probably take someone else way less time than that. So I don't know if it's worth either hiring someone in for the day to weld with them or just letting Paul do all of it. I might post on the mini forum and see what they're saying. In fact, I think that's a good idea. If I post on the mini forum, I could probably just pay someone to come here for the day, and then I can just do it or maybe a few days, and then I can just kind of do it with them, and then I'll learn how to do it. If I just get everything ready, cleaned up so that they can literally just come in and weld, that might be quite a good idea. That's probably the approach here, I think, because then I could probably get them to do this door sill, which I have in there, but I need to cut all of these, cut it off here, and obviously I'm a bit worried about doing that myself, and then yeah, I can get them to do all the kind of little bits like this. So if I don't get someone in, I'm probably just gonna end up like not doing as much myself, as in like I'll just be like, oh, that bit's fine, I don't care about the bit, and then it won't look as good. So if I just hire someone in for a few days, I can just go around and do all of it, because it'll be so much quicker as well. Food for thought / probably my new plan. All right, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been down at the unit, and I just went down there and Ken was there, and he said that basically the guy that I rent the unit from, called Seth, has not been paying rent to the people that actually own the yard. So I rent from Seth, and he rents that bit of the yard from a management company. He's not been paying them, so he's been kicked out of the yard. Ken is now my landlord. Luckily for me, Ken was at the yard the other day when a Turkish guy turned up with a low loader and a forklift, because he was going to take the units and put them on the back of this truck and go away with them, because Seth bought them from him, but he never actually paid for them. So I could have just turned up to the yard one day and literally everything was gone. But luckily that didn't happen, because Ken was there, so he negotiated with the guy and he bought the units from the guy. So Ken is now my landlord, because he's taken over the renting from the management company. So it's well placed, that yard. It's lawless, very lawless. All sorts kind of going on down there. So just another day in the life of the yard in Bow. Quite funny. Okay, we got a new update at the yard. Not very funny, this one actually, but I got a phone call from Ken the other day to say that someone had tried to break into my unit, snap the padlock off. I only had a crappy padlock on it anyway, to be honest, but luckily Ken was in his unit. He stopped them from nicking anything. I just went down to the unit today. I met the management company, came in when I drove in, and basically it's all a complete disaster zone with Seth, the original guy that I was renting from. I've now paid Ken, but apparently I wasn't really meant to do that. So they're gonna let me know what's gonna happen in the next few weeks, but there's a potential that I might be booted out completely, which would be an absolute nightmare. I'd be back to square one and finding somewhere. I really hope that's not going to happen and they can move me to another area of the yard. But I basically told them, you know, I can make something work, because I really just don't want to lose that yard, because it's just that unit, because it's just absolutely perfect for me. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I tried to go on a bit of a charm offensive, increase the likelihood that they might want to let me stay. So fingers crossed, because God knows what I'll do otherwise. So as I said at the start of this video, I'm in the midst of a full-blown mission critical nightmare. And that is, I posted on the mini forum to try and get someone to come and help with some of the welding. And I got a load of replies, and every single one basically said that the shell that I bought, have transported around, done a few days work on, is completely cooked. We got ourselves a basket case.
That's looking on pretty good neck, to be honest. I'm pleasantly surprised.
So I got a few options. Option one is commit to doing at least a year or probably two's worth of restoration. Replace every single panel, every single bit of welding that's ever been done because it's structurally unsound. Or I buy a Mini that's been restored in the past, hopefully not more than a few years ago,
strip that out and then take that to pool. And the third option is I buy a full shelf from the British Heritage Company. That's another option. Well, the fourth option is I get Paul to source me and restore a shell. So I've definitely got some stuff to work out. I'm pretty gutted because I just naively thought that shell was alright.
That's actually looking on pretty good neck, to be honest.
I mean, on further inspection, I did start to get a bit suspicious. And there is literally welding marks everywhere. And actually, now that I've properly looked, it doesn't exactly take a genius to work it out.
That's actually looking on pretty good neck, to be honest. Pretty good neck.
So my next stage really is to work out what I'm going to do. I just need to have a think, speak to a few people, and then make a decision. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe because it does make a massive difference. I'm going to try and build the following. I will see you in the next video when decisions will have been made. Thank you very much.